Wave 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Grace Anello with 31 triple Doppler.
Well, Grace, I made sure that I brought my raincoat. I got my umbrella because I don't want to get caught in a downpour like yesterday.
Yes, absolutely. And we sure did see that rain yesterday, but today it's widespread. It's round after round after round of rain and storms. Each round is a little bit different. The good news is it does look like some of the components that we need for tornadoes, we're going to get them, but at all different parts. So it's not exactly lining up. So that tornado
that makes
threat.
Me feel better.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, right? That tornado threat is a little bit lower. So that's wonderful news. 4:48 on your Wednesday. Here's 31 triple Doppler. Clouds for all of us. Take a look at that rain, though. What most of us are seeing is torrential downpours. That's what we're seeing in southern Tennessee. That's what we're seeing for all of us west of I-65. However, if you look just south of I-22, we're seeing thunderstorms there. Now, this morning, we are going to see mostly just that heavy rain with a few embedded thunderstorms. As we head through the rest of the afternoon, we increase some of that daytime heating. The number of embedded thunderstorms, that's going to increase as well. We do have a level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk for all of us in the Tennessee Valley today. We've been talking about this all week. We're getting multiple rounds of those storms, but no matter what, our greatest threat is still the gusty wind, up to about 60 miles an hour. On top of it, we're talking about a full day of rain. So especially as we get towards this evening, which we'll talk about in a second, as the cold front moves through, we will have already been seeing rain all day. So localized ponding and flooding are something I would be watching for, especially as we head later into the day. As we discussed with Demetria, we talked about this yesterday. Will we see those elements for a tornado line up at the same time? At the moment, that doesn't look overly probable. It's still something we've got our eyes on. It's still something I want you to be aware of, but our tornado threat is fairly low for the day as a whole. As we move through the rest of your early morning, we're going to continue to see that scattered rain and storm coverage move through. As the sun starts to rise, it becomes a little bit more pocketed and widespread. We will keep this hit or miss nature of storms compared to right now, where it's fairly linear, as we head throughout the afternoon. As we head towards the late afternoon and evening, though, that's where we start to see a change. Take a look. This is our cold front moving into the shoals at around 6 o'clock this evening. This is where we will see the greatest threat for severe thunderstorms and likely some of the gustiest wind of the day. This continues to track east over I-65 by about 8 o'clock. Notice all this torrential rain coming after a full day of already seeing rain. That's where that potential ponding and flooding threat could come in. We see that front stretch into Sand Mountain by about 10 p.m. This leading edge where the most likely severe weather would be, that gets out of the way by about 11 p.m., but we are still left with pockets of rain into the overnight that will take us into pockets of rain tomorrow. Out the door this morning, temperatures are sitting in the low and mid 70s. Our high temperature today, 82, much cooler. Tomorrow, we are not in a severe weather risk, but there is a level 1 out of 5 just to our south, stretching from Anniston towards Rome, Georgia. However, it's not in our area, nor am I expecting it to be moved up. What we will see is kind of a mess of polka dot isolated pockets of rain on your Thursday, from first thing in the morning through lunch into the afternoon, even as we head towards Thursday evening. So will all of us see rain tomorrow? No, but is it a good idea to keep an umbrella handy? I would surely say so. Take a look very quickly at the Atlantic. Gabrielle here tracking east and out of our way. New this morning, though, this right portion on the right side of your screen of clusters of thunderstorms now up to an 80% of formation within the next 48 hours and tracking due west. Both of these systems I've got my eyes on. Both of them I will continue to update you as soon as we see where these storms are developing. Friday's much drier, and that lasts into a lovely weekend.
Celebrating Hispanic culture.